It took a long time to get to the point where I'm right now, but I believe it was worth it. I came to the United States for the first time on the exchange program through the University of Minnesota in the spring of 1993. At the time, I was not thinking about immigrating to the US. Life was not so bad initially. As a new family, we went through a regular, difficulties as any new family. But then things started to really deteriorate. Bulgaria went through a horrible financial crisis. The whole banking system collapsed, and lots of people lost all of their savings. It was very difficult to make ends meet. We went through hyperinflation. I can't even describe what it is to go through hyperinflation unless you've lived through it. You cannot actually understand, but me and my wife tried to spend our wages right away as soon as we get a paycheck so that we can buy more goods. If you wait for a while, then the money is not worth even a half of what it was worth before that. So it was extremely difficult time for us. We didn't have enough money for rent, for baby formula, for food and clothes. And I was getting really desperate and started thinking of how I can change that. And one idea was to just go back to the United States, where I spent 2 years, and I could work there and send some money home. At the time, US dollar was very strong compared to the Bulgarian currency. So even sending a little bit money would, help support my family. But nevertheless, it was very hard on us. I mean, this separation was very hard on me and my wife. Phone calls were very expensive. We didn't have internet access. We didn't use Skype or anything like that at the time. So basically, I was really hoping to be able to bring my family to live with me. At the time, this was not possible, but I wasn't, going to give up. I was working really hard, and finally, I was able to, to get a work visa, which allowed me to bring my family back. So my wife and our kid joined me in 1999. It was a joyful moment, and but still we had many difficulties ahead of us. I'll never forget the first day they came to my place. My son was really excited, and that was a new place. He was smiling and playing, and eventually he got tired, and in the evening he said, "Well, Mommy, can we go home now?" And my wife told him, "Well, this is our home now. We'll have to stay here for a while." And he just started crying. It just broke my heart. I was a stranger to him, because he hasn't seen me for 2 years, and I missed all this time while he was growing up. We never lost hope. We kept working hard, giving 100%. Our big break came in 2010, some years later, when we became permanent residents, and 5 years later we became US citizens. At that time I was thinking, gosh, we finally made it, and not having to look behind my shoulder and wondering when my visa is going to expire, what's going to happen to us. It really helped a lot, and we always stayed positive and worked hard, and it took a long time to get to the point where I'm right now, over 20 years, but I believe it was worth it. I think my experience with immigrating to the U.S. Changed me quite a bit. It just broadened up my horizons. I used to be a very negative person in the past. Now, my being in the U.S. made me a more positive, more accepting, more tolerant person, and forgiving person. I never forget where I came from, and always don't take anything for granted and appreciate what I have. I would like to give hope all people who may have the same difficulties as I had. I believe that everything can be done if you put your heart and soul into it. Don't allow negative emotions or negative thoughts to stop you from achieving your goals and fighting for your dream. If I could do it, you could do it too.